Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Are we going live? Can we go live? I'm back. Are you serious? Okay. Are you serious? Guys, I'm sorry, but there's such a delay here. Are you serious? What happened last night? Chris Johns wants to know. It's a good question. Obviously, we were removed off the air. It wasn't YouTube. What? I can tell you that. It was not YouTube. So this, no, because it was our broadcasting capability that was dismantled, hacked. I'm back. Are you serious? Okay, taken down. Guys, I'm sorry, but there's such a delay here. Okay, so please forgive me because that I forgot to turn that off. So give it 1 second. So it was not our fault in the studio. It was not Israel's fault at all. It was not YouTube. YouTube did not censor us. If anything, they probably liked our conversation. The problem was the broadcasting system that because I was broadcasting not only to our YouTube channel, but I was broadcasting to our website, as I always do on these live broadcasts when there's the scheduled ones at paulbegleyprophecy.com. We were broadcasting there. The broadcaster was taken down. So somebody did not want the conversation that we were having to continue. Okay? So pick any alphabet soup agency you want, but that was the end of that. And of course, I understand maybe. It's a time of great tension. We have a time of war going. And this is a very intense situation. There was some hacking going on in the internet out there everywhere. And right now it's even lagging. I can see we have a lagging. And when you have a lagging like that, that means the government is putting in sensors in the internet. Not just me, but I mean in the internet in whole. Because we have great internet system here. Highest level you can have. So the lagging is obviously a part of the censoring, and it's not us they're censoring as much as it's, but I think last night we were censored without a doubt. I think that the subject matter was just too intense in a very intense time, and we had over 9,400 and some people here last night. It was the second largest crowd we've ever had in history, and unfortunately we were taken down before we could give the altar call, and that's the worst part about this. That I'm upset about it. That is the heartbreaking part, because there could have been as many as 100 or more people saved last night. But I believe that the seeds were planted, and people will still come to Christ. All right, let me put a shout out right now for www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. I first heard about collagen from a fitness influencers. I saw them add a scoop in the soup into their morning shakes and smoothies, and how that it started changing their complexion, their hair, their fingernails, their joints, the flexibility. And I said, what is collagen? What's the reason? And then BioTrust came out with this product, multi-collagen. No human collagen in here. Plant, fish, and egg base. It is one of the most abundant proteins in our bodies. But we lose about 10% every 10 years of our collagen production. This is part of the breaking down of our skin. It's the aging process. But we can replace some of this collagen, and we can do it on a daily basis. So a friend told me about this, and I'm serious. Go right now to www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com, and save 51%. Come on, get a hold of it. Get a grip of your own destiny, your own health, with the help of the Lord, in Jesus' name. All right. Now, let me tell you what's happening here. we've had a major earthquake. Now I know it's only 6.2, and I'm thinking it had to have been bigger than that, but it was a mega quake. I'll say they don't like me to say that, but if it's true that the 6.2s should be 7.2s, it would make sense for the damage that hit in Indonesia last night. 7 people are dead at least, and that death toll is expected to rise. A primary school, it was evacuated from the school building after this 6.2 magnitude earthquake in the Sumatra Islands of Indonesia rattled the island. Also, this earthquake killed at least 7 people and injured dozens more, over 50 more, when it struck inland near the western coast of Indonesia's Sumatra Island, with tremors also felt in neighboring Malaysia and Singapore. They felt this thing. It happened early in the morning this morning, Friday, February 25th. Reporting from the location, it's still too early to know just how many people have died, but we know at least 7 people are dead, over 50 people injured, and the death toll is expected to rise on a 6.2 earthquake. But it was very shallow. Very, very shallow. I want to take you over to the earthquake map, and let's see, because actually the ring of fire is absolutely on fire. Let's take a look at what's going on. There was a 5.3 just hit Russia. All right, so here we go. It's a very volatile situation, but there was a 4.6 in Indonesia, 5.0, follow the little blue dot, 5.0 in New Zealand, Puerto Rico 2.7, the Fiji Islands 4.4. You can see that Alaska 3.1, Puerto Rico 3.4, Alaska 3.9, 4.4 in the Congo over there in Africa. Look at Puerto Rico, 2.9, 2.7, 4.2. It just keeps shaking. And that's where Mike Around the World was talking about that rift over there in the Atlantic Ocean, the Puerto Rican rift. The earthquakes are intensifying. I actually talked to Mr. MBB333 about this, and he really goes into explanation. He agrees with Mike Around the World. Matter of fact, he's done some research, and he's very concerned about Puerto Rico and other places in the world. And so I interviewed him for our next webinar, Climate Crisis. Climate crisis. The effects of Planet X is intensifying. And so Mr. MBB333, Michael Bradbury, does a great job explaining the volatility of the climate on Earth, including, a lot of stuff, the red dust, a lot of stuff, okay, that we need to know about. But by the way, let's go back over here. 4.6 earthquake hit the Philippines. You can see Hawaii then was 3.1. Then here's Greece, 4.1. Japan, 4.4. Afghanistan, 4.6. Alaska, way up there in the northern part of Alaska, 3.5. Oregon, Cascadia subduction zone, 2.5. Indonesia, 5.0. And then that was not a aftershock, that was a pre-shock, because right after that happened, 4 minutes later, boom, the 6.2 powerful earthquake. It was only 12.3 kilometers deep on this shallow island, a shallow quake, a magnitude 6.2. I actually think it was larger than that. The damage is quite extensive. 7 people are dead, over 50 are injured, and the death toll is expected to rise. Then a 3.0 earthquake hit in Croatia, back to Indonesia with a 4.3, but in a different part of Indonesia, as you can see. Arizona, this is really strange. Roosevelt, Arizona had a 2.6 earthquake, and it was very shallow. It was only 5.0 kilometers deep. That's 3 miles deep. That's very shallow. Hawaii, 2.5, 4.1, Russia. 4.7, Haiti. And of course, that's on the same fault line as Puerto Rico. 4.7, Indonesia. That's an aftershock. 4.8, Indonesia aftershock. 4.8, the Philippines, just not far from there. 4.7, Chile. 3.6, Alaska. Notice how the earth is reeling and rocking. 4.9, the South Sandwich Islands. 4.0, again, Haiti. It's the second 4.0 in Haiti. 2.5 over in California. 4.9 down there in Fiji. 5.3, Japan. I wonder if my son felt that, because that was not too far from Okinawa. 4.6, Indonesia, but another different location, Indonesia. 4.4, Mexico, on that dangerous fault line that Mike from the World's concerned will break San Diego off into the ocean. That's right on that fault line he's nervous about. 4.8, Indonesia, another location, Indonesia. 4.3, Argentina. 4.5, Argentina. 2.9, Alaska. 4.2, Chile. 2.6, Big Lake, Alaska. 2.6, back at Puerto Rico again. 4.8, there's the Tonga situation, a different portion on Tonga. 5.3, that is Russia. 2.5, Alaska. 3.0, Alaska. So there's a lot of shaking, a whole lot of shaking going on. I mean, seriously. And it's because we're living in the last days. Are you serious? We're living in the last days that the Bible said was coming to pass. And so, we keep our eyes open. I've got my eyes wide open all the time. They say the Son of God is coming fine because he's mine. I walk the line. Seriously, guys, that's what we're doing. We're doing that. We know Jesus is coming soon. You know, I've talked to folks last night. We had a great crowd, over 9,400 people live when we were censored and taken down last night. It was not YouTube, so I don't want to accuse them, because it wasn't YouTube. It was the broadcaster that we were using that was apparently we got to just I don't know. It's a war going on, and we may have just got a little too close for somebody's comfort in one of the alphabet soup agencies, and so we were removed. But that's okay. We just lived. We lived to fight another day. That's all. I'm just sad that we didn't get a chance to give that altar call, and I think maybe 100 people or more could have come to Christ, but we planted the seed. We have been planting this seed for 12 years, and so we're lifting a special offering starting this weekend through Tuesday, of course, which is March the 1st. And if you'd like to give today and help get started, this weekend's anniversary, 12 years, if this ministry has been a blessing to you over the last 12 years, if these broadcasts, these YouTube videos have been a blessing to you, it's helped you, you've grown in the Lord, it informed you, maybe it even entertained you, maybe it was a blessing to you, maybe you were saved in these programs, or baptized, or renewed your faith in Christ. If in any way this has been a blessing, feel free and give today and this weekend and Tuesday, the final day on March 1st. Feel free and give. The Lord will bless you. Give your best offering, what the Lord lays on your heart. Help us as we go forward in this year 2022, because I know with the war going on now, with Russia on the move, what looks like Magog already threatening of Israel has been going on in the last 24 hours. The fact that the the Great Reset is around the corner. You don't know when that's going to take place. Will that follow this? We've just come through a 2-year pandemic. It's what the Bible said was going to happen. And then, oh, by the way, what about the effects of Planet X? All these things. Yeah, I'm on Rumble, by the way. I'm on Rumble. Every video I do gets posted to Rumble just a few minutes after we get off. We close the video. So, yeah, I'm on Rumble as well. So, I'm just saying right now, and if we would have been on Rumble last night live, it would have went down too, because it was from the point of broadcasting. It was not the internet at the studio. It was not YouTube. It was not our website. It was the point from which we broadcast from. That mechanism was shut down by somebody somewhere out there. But we're back up and broadcasting today because it really had to do with whatever's going on out there. There's a lot. Yes, I'm on Rumble. Thank you. If you just go to Paul Begley on Rumble, you'll find me. I'm there. Matter of fact, why don't you all go there and subscribe and help me grow that page. I think I only got 1,700 people following me on Rumble because most people don't know I'm there. Plus, Rumble doesn't have the volume, doesn't have the amount of people as YouTube has. Okay, so check it all out, guys. But right now, thank you for your faithfulness. And let's win as many people to Christ as we can. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're certainly living in the last days. We are certainly living. Will Mike be back? He won't be back on. Actually, let me just say something. When we were removed off the air last night, Mike said to me, "You know what, Pastor? If you in the next 4 days would like to do a special interview again at Patreon, I'd be willing to do that because I have some more information, but we'll need to do this on Patreon because I can't share it on this open forum." And as you saw last night, even what he was sharing last night on an open forum, they still shut us down. And he did not say anything that was confidential or classified. But there is certain things Mike shares with us that just makes some people nervous. And he wants to go a little further into that, and we can do that over at Patreon. So I'll let you know. Since you asked that question, I'll let you know if we're going to do a special Patreon interview with Mike from around the world. It could definitely happen, possibly tomorrow or this weekend. So I'll let you know right here on YouTube. I'll tell you it's going to happen and tell you the time. So make sure you're already a member of Patreon. Go get signed up. And while you go get signed up, go ahead and listen to the interview that I did with Mike from around the world last Tuesday night, which was incredible, predicting what was happening and was going to happen that very next day, and it did. It actually happened in 48 hours. He said we'll never make 72. But he explained a lot of things, exactly what you're watching right now. Mike tells you that's exactly how it was going to happen before it did. It was quite extraordinary. Plus, he says a lot of other stuff that he couldn't say here. And go ahead, while you're over at Patreon, scroll down further and find the interview I did about 6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago, whenever I had my dream. It's called Agent X Interview on Pastor Paul's Dream. It's on Patreon. So go over there and watch that one, because that's an incredible. I share my dream, which was so prophetic. It's before Russia was even making a move. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was 6-7 weeks before the attack on Ukraine. And God shows me the attack, and I tell you that. And then he shows me that Israel's next in this process. Now, it might be that Russia does more than take Ukraine. I feel in my spirit they're going to also go and take another smaller country over there while they're at it. I don't know. We'll see how this all plays out and see how does NATO send enough troops over there to defend the other little NATO countries? I mean, I don't know. Who's leading the West right now? Who is the leader in the West? No one knows. So give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time.